let's do some community highlights, you guys. We haven't done community highlights in a week. So we have to do it again. So we're going to do it. All right. So every week we highlight a couple of builds from community. And I thoroughly enjoy doing this because I think it's really cool to see what you're doing in the community and what you're building. And there's always like new things happening. Like, honestly, I'm surprised that I remember me and Jace talked about this early on, how like before we even released Satisfactory, we felt like, oh man, what if people just like stop building stuff after a while? And like, oh, what if it's not an interesting building game, you know? Like, and then like I think like 2 weeks into it, we were both like, whoa, people are making way cooler things than we thought we were gonna do with the very limited tools. So really cool, really cool. Anyway, so celebrity community highlights. Let's dive straight in. First off, we have from a Row Gaming on Reddit posted a very cool way of using pipes. This is like the whole reason why I brought this up about like there's always new things. Something I saw this last week, or maybe the week before. I think I featured a build with this. And there is a tutorial on Reddit if you search for, we'll try it out and can't stop if it doesn't work yet. Perfect. That should be, I want that on my gravestone. What was I talking about? So yeah, this is really cool. There's a tutorial on how to build it. It's actually way simpler than you think. It just requires a lot of like time spent in doing it. Where are the pumps? So I'm pretty certain that they're doing the water tower thing where you only need one pipe somewhere in the loop. Sort of. This is very, I'm explaining to you as if you're 5. But essentially, the way this can work is if you have a water tower, if you peel like one pipe going up into a water tower that you use with pumps, and then you pump if you use the pipe down again, and then feed it into the chain of the pipes that you're pulling up. You don't need pumps on all the pipes. There is tutorials on this if you Google. Yeah, sorry. If you search on YouTube like Satisfactory water tower pipes, something like that. There are a bunch of tutorials on how you make this. It's really cool. I highly recommend looking into it because it really saves power. Because if you have like 4 pipes going up, you only need to use pumps on one pipe section, so long as you're doing the chain correctly, and then cross feed the pipe properly when you reach the top, I believe, so that it all evens out. It's really cool. It's a really cool feature. Look it up. It saves a lot of power. So yeah, really cool. Love it. Digging it. Next up we have from Bistule. Who's made like a little shopping mall, kind of. Will the water tower exploit be fixed? We have no plans on fixing that. Because, as far as I know, I don't remember if this was intended behavior, I think, or if this is something that was discovered. But as far as I know, we're not going to change that. I didn't work on the pipe, so I can't answer the question whether or not it was intended. But I think it's pretty cool. I hope we don't remove it. And I'm pretty sure we won't. Anyway, Bistule made a workshop. Not a workshop. A shopping mall. My brain is underclocked today. Okay, you guys. Really, really cool. I love it. I got some nice pictures here. It's a chopping mall. Yeah, exactly. It's just from Star Wars. That's a Star Wars reference. Cool. So thank you so much for that, Bistule. This next one isn't technically a Satisfactory screenshot. It's a meme. But I really like this meme, so I included it. So the 4x4 balancer from Factorio versus the one in Satisfactory. One of these you want to introduce to your parents. One of these is like you just have to deal with it. Yeah, not a pretty sight. One can hope that we improve this in the future. Unless this is like they've overextended themselves when they made this, but yeah, that's a lot of mergers and splitters. It would be neat if we could do a ratio splitting or something, you know. So you don't have to do a lot of work with that. Anyway, next up we have from Maroon Raptor, who was featured last week, if you remember, because they made a, well, this is essentially what they featured last week, but I made a comment about how like that wasn't powered and there were no water in the pipes, and like the blenders weren't powered, so they got it running now. So proof that it works, okay? So no more doubts. Maroon got this shit. I really hope there's a planet underneath those foundations. This is really interesting because this is somewhere where there's water, but it also seems to be high up because it just covers everything. I really hope that Maroon didn't build close to the waterfall next to the Dune desert. You know, the high waterfall that's like on the top of the cliff there, because that area is work in progress and that area is gonna change, so there's gonna be shit popping up at some point. So really hope that's not the case here, but yeah, spoilers. No, you guys want to know that, okay? You for sure want to know that that's gonna happen. I don't know when it will happen, but it's gonna happen. We haven't pushed a world update in a long time, and that's because these things would happen too often if we did, and also gives us a little bit more like leeway working on the map. So, you know, we're gonna push like a huge update to the world at some point, and it's gonna change the way some areas look, and it's gonna add a ton of stuff. So yeah, all hail Hannah, ruiner of the fun or something. But it's gonna be cool. Yeah, well, now I need to update my agenda. That's true. You guys are correct. All right, next up we have from Nate, who built the Golden Gate. This isn't the first Golden Gate I've seen in Satisfactory. People have built Golden Gates before, but that doesn't make this any less cool of a Golden Gate. This also matches very well. Yeah, like this is the, I don't know if the placement as well, but it looks pretty good. It's also very foggy, which also matches it very well. So really nice, really cool looking. This is from the bridge itself, which is like it's a bus of sort. Really cool. I love it. Going straight into San Francisco. So now you just need to build the rest of San Francisco. You need to make Alcatraz. Challenge presented or something. Why am I looking for apes with spears? Yeah. Oh, they coming. They're standing like looking over. Apes together strong, okay? Anyway. Next up is from Rumi, who we rated last week. Rumi's using mods, so that's why it looks a bit different here. But I really like this picture because it looks really cool. With the blue greenhouse sort of build here. Really cool looking. I don't know much else to say here. Mods? That's cheating. It is. So I'm going to time out Rumi from chat. And yeah, that's what you get. No. Next up is from Ricey555. 555 with this awesome screenshot. Holy shit, this looks so cool. Super well timed as well, because having been making trailers for Satisfactory, it's very frustrating to time that fucking flying manta. So really impressive with this picture, how it turned out as well. I also love how, holy shit, the colors match so well with everything. This is so good. I don't know if you did any color grading here, Ricey. No, it's just like everything came out great. I love it. Mothra would be proud, yeah. Needs to be a desktop background. Yeah, it kind of is, right? Also with the threatening aura of the fucking hypertube cannon. Can't trust it. Next up is from Smirkin. Also, you've seen Smirkin before. You know who he is. Streams the game a lot. Likes to build with trains. Here's one of them. Really nice. I'm digging the foundation with the support beams setup situation. I'm digging that. I feel like one of the hardest things, I've talked about this before, but I feel like one of the hardest things when it comes to building with trains is when you're building like long distance, having like nice tracks and have it look, you know, nice in the wild. It's very tricky. So props to people that manage to pull it off, such as Merkin. Using the pillar mirror trick. Yeah. Go get them. Something that we added in update 4 was being able to offset a little bit more and stack or not stack, but not clip either. Snap to walkways, so you get like 1/3. It's pretty cool. I use skim as well, so a bit of cheating involved. Oh, well, okay, then I'm removing this. All right. Also, time smirking out in chat. Next up is from the Landor. No words can describe what's going on here. I'd hate to be the person troubleshooting this if anything goes wrong. Can I just say my favorite one? My favorite line here is like the fuel that goes from middle top of the image that goes to one of the fuel generators there. Liking that. Holy shit. I suddenly feel like Italian, yeah. Yeah, who would I'd go for some Italian today. Cool. Next up is another beauty shot from ThatEvilX, who's gonna go on an adventure. Also really nice. The fog has been superbly used in both of these images, the cinematic images that I've shown today. Love it. Yeah, gas. Too bad that the gas masks don't work in the vehicle. You're gonna have to jump out. You can jump out of the vehicle and then put on the gas mask and run through the gas and then build another vehicle. That's how you get around it. I thought it was Burger Tuesday. Oh, it can be anything. It can be Spaghetti Tuesday. It can be Pizza Tuesday. It can be Burger Tuesday. More fog options, please. Yeah, we should make it so that you can have more fog in the game. That would be sick. You'd think that we'd do less fog, but no, we're going to do more fog, actually. All the fog. It's going to be impossible to play the game. Next up is from Tricky Socked, who's, I don't know why, but for some reason this reminds me of Christmas. I think it's the color scheme with the kind of green tinted lime-like with red, I guess, which is really cool. It's another, they've got like that sick circular setup with the fuel generators, which I really like. I don't know how they're like feeding them, if it's from the center of that circle, which is really cool. Yeah, digging this. A lot of foundation here. And there's room to grow. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Also, this base looks like it's preparing for tower defense. We're not going to add tower defense, you guys. But really nice regardless. Tricky. Tricky. Yeah, tricky. I thought it was a tricky for some reason. Next up we have from Upint, or Upint. For some reason this reminded me a lot about Blighttown with the pillar. But really cool. This kind of inspired me. If I ever play Satisfactory again, which, you know, I am super burned playing our game from our trailers and shit. So if I ever do like therapy for Satisfactory and play it again, I kind of want to do this. Having like a mountain and then, you know, colonize it. I think that would be pretty sweet. So Upint is putting the inspiration out there. And lastly, we have from Sergeant Pepper. Also streams the game a lot. Really intense builds. Sergeant Pepper fucking goes for it. And this is no exception. This is just a little snap from their factory part. Really cool. Really digging it. Also love how Sgt. Pepper has managed to build the factory, flip it by 90 degrees, and like managed to get like the sky touch the ground somehow, because they're clearly standing looking straight forward. Because the coffee isn't spilling. Like the coffee is perfectly flat in the mug. And the only reason it can be like that is if the whole world is turned 90 degrees and the pioneer is standing sideways. There's no other explanation to this. So I don't know how you did it, Pepper, if you used mods or anything like that, but nicely done. Nicely done. Really cool. I can see some drone ports, I think. Drones also flying vertically, confirmed or something. Like it. Nicely done. Fix the mug. It's perfect. There's nothing to fix. Thank you so much, everyone who submitted. Remember, if you want me to catch this and see that, oh, look at the cool things the community built, make sure to use this hashtag Satisfactory screenshots if you're posting it on Twitter, and make sure to use the screenshot flare on Reddit if you post it on Reddit. So don't forget that. We also like to highlight a content creator every week on our streams, and this week I'd like to highlight TheGamerFoxx, who streams the game a lot, and I have a little clip that I'm going to show you guys. TheGamerFoxx has a tendency, I always miss her streams, because I think she's West Coast, or maybe, because whenever I get up, she always ends her streams. I always miss them. For you people who's watching this on the West Coast, you have a chance. So I've got a little clip from her stream. We're gonna check it out, and here we go.
Honey, trying to play Satisfactory, but I have potato brain. Okay, Honey, you seriously, you have this. I believe. Like, if anybody has potato brain, it is me. And if I can play this game, you can too. 100%, Honey. You just gotta start, like, building things. It's okay, like, your first initial things aren't gonna be fantastic and you're probably gonna redo them. But just get through everything, unlock what you can, take, like, one project at a time. And it'll be fun. You're gonna love the game.
Words to live by for sure. A reflection of the community. Hell yeah. I mean, it kind of is. I think also TheGamerFoxx is selling herself a little bit short because she makes really cool builds, and she's really far into the game. So definitely check her out. Use the command CC highlight if you want to check out her streams. All right, cool. We did it, chat. We survived another community highlights.